I'm Taylor Perry, and this is Hey Westport. First up, it's a night about safety, community, and connection, and Westport is joining in for the first time. On a sunny summer evening at the old high school, Westport held its very own National Night Out for the first time. Police Chief Christopher Dunn was just one of many people who helped put the community event together with the goal of bringing together our town in a new and exciting way.
So this is National Police Night Out. Approximately 17,000 agencies throughout the country participate in this. It was originated, I believe, in the 1970s. How this originated was we have a community action team or community service team. They came to me and asked me if they could hold this for this evening.
One of the key driving forces behind making this memorable and impactful event is the Community Outreach Unit of the local police department. This team plays a vital role in not only organizing National Night Out, but also in fostering positive connections between law enforcers and the public year-round.
Members of our Community Outreach Unit approached me about this night and wanting to put this on for our community. Our Community Outreach Unit consists of 4 officers. They completely volunteer all their time. It started with Touch a Truck. It started with Coffee with a Cop, which is on April 4th. And it's also with a Halloween night that we have where we have people from the community come with cruisers and we decorate the cruisers for Halloween. So this started with them and they wanted to expand upon it.
Perhaps one of the most important aspects of National Night Out in a small town is the opportunity for the community to build stronger relationships with local law enforcement officers, all while taking part in activities and supporting local organizations together.
It's a great collaboration with all our departments within town. We have the fire department here, we have the highway department here for Touch a Truck, we have the Dartmouth Police here with their canine. We anticipate a flyover by the Massachusetts State Police at 5 o'clock. And we have various committees in town. We have the Opioid Task Force Committee that's here for anybody who needs education for those who suffered an overdose. We have the Recreation Department here. We have the Veteran Service Agent here. We have food trucks that are here. So it's a great collaboration with our departments in town and our committees in town.
This event really gives the community a chance to see the human side of those who protect them. National Night Out feels more like a family reunion than a public event. It's not just about raising awareness or education. It's about celebrating the heart of the town, its people.
It's a great partnership for us to give back to our community and for the community to see what we're about and for us to provide resources for our community members.
Hopefully in Westport, this event will become more than just an annual gathering, but a cherished tradition that strengthens bonds, promotes safety, and celebrates the sense of togetherness that Westport is known for. Coaching runs in the family. This father-daughter duo are teaming up to lead our local softball team.
Last year was her last year. And then she came back. I said, "You want to coach?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll help you coach." So and she does it.
Westport's recreational softball team has brought our community closer over the years, like Dawn and Braylon Montigny, a father-daughter coaching duo in the heart of the town's softball team, who's bringing passion, experience, and a little family flair to the field.
I started coaching back in 2020 probably, and then I became the president of Westport Girls Softball League, and then Braylon was on the team as a coach, and we won in 2022. We won the whole thing.
I'm just glad that I'm able to still be a part of the team in a way, and I've basically grown up playing with them, so it's nice to see them play as well.
When Braylon aged out of the league, she found a way to still be involved with the team, but to also keep the love of the game her and her father share.
If there's we think a bad call, we're both on it together, so it's double the amount on the umps and stuff. So not in a bad way, but definitely together on that.
Braylon's admiration for her dad's coaching techniques have not only prepared her to be a good coach, but to also still be a good friend to her old teammates.
Here you go, Jay, you got it. Come on, 2-0. I feel like we have the same coaching style. I've always loved the way that he coaches, and I feel like that's what I've liked, so I like also coaching like that. But we also have the same kind of banter and not attitude, but fire, I guess. So it's interesting when that is colliding together.
Westport Rec Softball is a great reminder of just how important community really is. Not just something nice to see, but something that truly makes a difference. Dawn and Braylon's bond have played a big part in setting the tone for their team. Their players aren't just learning how to win games, they're learning what it means to work together like a family.
I think that we're very, very family oriented, especially this league. My sister plays, my dad coaches, I coach, our other coach Kevin Pont, his 2 daughters play, and his niece, I believe. So I think that a lot of Westport kind of comes together to make this league happen, and we get a lot of support from all the families of Westport.
Next up, the Westport River may not look threatening now, but officials warn it could quickly become a flooding risk. The Westport River winds through this quiet coastal town, a source of natural beauty, recreation, and pride. But after deadly floods tore through central Texas this past July, killing over 100 people and destroying entire neighborhoods, the question being asked here is, could it happen in Westport? The Texas floods of 2025 saw rivers rise more than 20 feet in less than an hour, a perfect storm of intense rainfall, saturated ground, and overwhelmed infrastructure.
Well, Texas Hill Country and the Guadalupe River have a really long history of deadly floods, with the deadliest being the floods we saw in Kerr County this past July 4th. So with that in mind, Texas Hill Country is very dry and arid, and it has rocky clay soils that sit upon beds of limestone. So heavy rain there doesn't soak in, it sits on top and it runs. And as it runs, it channels into these dry historic riverbeds and directs into a centralized location. So here in Westport, we're less susceptible to the intense flash flooding seen in Texas, partially due to our soil type, which is generally glacial till or mixed sediment, and also thanks to our wetland system, which is found along the Westport River. These 400-foot corridors and their extensive root system are designed to help absorb and slow the flow of the potential impacts of riverine flooding. Now, yes, any drastic amount of rain is going to cause flooding in the area. Places in town to be aware of are the bottoms of any hills, the bottoms of Hicks Bridge, Nokachoke River at Route 6, the Bread and Cheese Brook at Route 6, head of Westport, and anyone really living near a stream or a brook should be aware.
Several roads in town flood regularly, like East Beach Road and Drift Road, where aging drainage systems struggle to keep up.
The biggest risk in Westport is actually the risk of coastal flooding. Now, riverine flooding, like I said, does pose a risk, but at this time in this place, it's still pretty rare. The Westport River is a tidal river, meaning the flow of the river is controlled by the tides before it discharges to the Buzzards Bay, which poses a risk for storm surge. Now, a storm surge is a rise in seawater above mean sea level during a storm, primarily caused by winds pushing the water closer to the shore. So during a high tide, if a storm surge coincides with the high tide, this can reduce the river's capacity to absorb, thus overtopping the banks. Naturally, the area is designed to protect itself against coastal flooding. We have 3 beautiful barrier beaches that shift with the changing tides and serve as a buffer between the ocean and the mainland. We also have a salt marsh system that extends behind the barrier beaches that function like the wetland corridors mentioned earlier that absorb and slow the flow of potential impacts upstream.
For now, life in Westport goes on as usual, but town officials are being proactive in improving emergency response planning, as well as urging residents in low-lying areas to stay alert, consider flood insurance, and have a plan in place.
You can begin to prepare for predictable and unpredictable weather events at home by preparing an emergency response plan with your household and with your neighbor network. Now, an emergency response plan identifies methods of communication, designates a meeting place, and identifies methods of action and areas of exit before an emergency. You can establish this emergency response plan with your household and with your neighbor network. As part of this plan, you can also prepare a resilience kit or go bag with the essentials packed quickly for you to leave the home in the event of an emergency.
Last up, it's not just a sanctuary for wildlife, it's a sanctuary for people. Let's take a look at the Heron Center. Tucked away on a winding lane in the heart of Westport, there's a place where the world slows down. Here, among 22 acres of meadow, forest, and pond, the Heron Center offers more than a peaceful retreat. It offers a different way to be. Founded with a mission to nurture human well-being in harmony with the earth, the Heron Center isn't just a spiritual or wellness hub. It's a living, breathing example of how communities can reconnect with nature, creativity, and one another. As the executive director and one of the founding visionaries behind the center, Jessica Howard is more than an administrator. She's a steward, a spiritual guide, and a community builder. Under her leadership, the land has truly transformed into a sanctuary for healing, learning, and solidarity.
So the Heron Center is a nonprofit educational center for the human spirit. And our mission really involves 3 tiers of fostering wellness, sustainability, and creativity. So we do programs in creative expression. We do some live events that often include a lot of artists, local artists, musicians. We also have an artist in residency program.
The land that holds the Heron Center is not just a backdrop, but instead an active, sacred participant in their mission. The grounds hold numerous features and elements to aid and guide the morals of the center.
There's 22 acres here to explore. The land itself is owned by the Scolanti Family Trust, and they, I guess, entrusted our nonprofit to do the caring for this land. But there's different features. It's a mosaic landscape, meaning there's some wetlands, so you have vernal pools. We have Turtle Pond. This feature, it started as the idea was a musical dancing fountain when it first got built, because it is a man-made pond about 18 inches deep. And that soon, the first, I think, year it got installed, we got a lightning storm that hit it. So we had to reinvent. And that's why one of our artists in residence, Huli J. Chan, did the Phoenix, because it's kind of like a rebirth of what was originally here. We turned it into a wildlife habitat, which is, a natural pond.
When it comes to the many classes and offerings available here, Jessica is not an overseer, she's a participator.
I lead a lot of the meditation classes. I lead a monthly, what's called Sangha, which is a sort of a mindfulness-based study group. And that happens usually on the first Fridays. I'm leading a Monarch meetup coming up on pop-up volunteering, so I lead those type of programs as well.
The Heron Center feels like a place time forgot, yet urgently needed in our modern world. It's not just a nature preserve, a yoga studio, or an event space. It's a living sanctuary where land, spirit, and community meet in a quiet and meaningful way. You don't need a membership card or a bank account to walk its trails or join its classes. The doors, figurative and literal, are open. But perhaps the most profound gift the Heron Center offers is this, a sense of belonging. It's a place that encourages not perfection, but practice, not performance, but participation. In a world where pace often replaces presence, and connection is filtered through screens, the center reminds us that healing is rooted in the land and in each other.
This is like a part of me, a part of my soul, ultimately. I feel that. So I do it because it's just in me to do it. I love working with people. I love working with the land. There's so much learning that happens in that aspect for my own growth, and hopefully to inspire us all to have a mutual understanding and maybe shared vision.